It's a frustrating loss. We knew this game was going to come down to field position, turnover battle. Really, the field position was kind of what we thought this game was going to be played in the first half. Defense did a good job getting some stops and minimizing the points. And then on offense, we didn't do enough to take advantage of it. We had really several 3-and-outs there in the first 2 quarters. One was a 4-and-out. Kind of feels like a 3-and-out. And we just didn't stand up and make enough plays. And that was frustrating. That was very frustrating because that was the type of game we envisioned it was going to be. And there were opportunities in front of us, and we didn't do enough to take advantage of it. So give them credit. They did a nice job. We didn't make enough plays to get going.
Andy Dalton had 3 interceptions there in the fourth quarter. Did you see he was pressing, or what was going on there?
No, I mean, I think everyone could have done some things a little bit better. And, we'll watch and see exactly what happened there. Those are tough plays, and the turnovers, they hurt us. We're driving there. We had a fumble first drive of the second half, hurt us. We had some guys go the wrong way in the run game, hurt us at about every position. And so, it was not the way we anticipated playing that game. And really it's everybody, every single player that walked on that field, particularly on offense, has got to step up and do a better job.
Is there a point this season that Ryan would get an opportunity?
That's not something I'm going to talk about right now. It's fresh after the game. I know when the quarterback has a tough game, that's the first question. But we're just going to keep proceeding right now.
What might this loss cause you to make changes, though?
I think we do have to look at everything. We got to look at our overall approach because it's frustrating. And, we can't have big enough egos to where, hey, no, this player's playing at this position or we have to continue to do it this way as a coach. We got to look at everything and make sure that we're giving ourselves the best chance to get a win.
There's a report this morning that A.J. Green's going to be out until after the trade deadline. Is there any truth to that?
No, because I've been sitting right here being honest with everybody every single day, and I don't know where that report came from. Again, the answer I've been given is we're going to take it day to day and see when he can practice. Obviously, this week he didn't practice, so we'll see kind of where it's at next week and see where he's at.
Coach, when you say everything, you mentioned approach. You look at your approach.
Oh yeah. I mean, we all got to be accountable on this deal. We're 0-7, and what we just put on the field is not good enough. It was tough. It was not how we planned on the game going, and that's how it went. So we got to own up to it and be accountable and figure out ways to fix the errors that we had.
4 of Andy's picks have come inside the opponent's 30 this year. Is that troubling at all?
Well, I mean, some of those picks, the ball slipped out of his hand, and I wouldn't say that he's throwing it right to guys. Some of them been a little unorthodox. So, today those were picks. The ball left his hand. The guys made plays on him, and one guy undercut TB on one, made a good play. The next one, I think they were in quarters back there, and we'll see what he saw on the tape. And one of them was a screen. That's tough. The back gets picked, and so it's a screen, and that's hard. He's got to get the ball out of his hands. He's got a guy right in his face. That's one of the ones that goes down as an interception, and really that's on the whole unit right there.
He's had to throw the ball, 41 times a day, with the lack of a run game.
Yeah.
Do you think that's kind of also playing into maybe his potential struggles, just having to drop back so many times as he has?
There's no question. We don't want to play the game dropping back 41 times. And we got to be accountable in the run game. We called some runs. We get the pictures on the sidelines. They're good runs. And we lose at the point of attack right as the back's hitting the line of scrimmage. There's a big hole there. And at the last second, they're beating us one-on-one up front. And that's what's frustrating because you're in 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10, or you get an efficient play on first down, you call a run, and it's a 1-yard gain. And it's everybody. It's the linemen, the backs, the tight ends, the play call. It's everything factored into it in this game. We're going to look at that tape, and we're all going to have to take ownership of how we ran the ball in that game.
After a performance like this, is there anything that you change in your approach or the way that you handle this team and the demeanor moving forward?
No, the demeanor, I mean, again, it's what kind of character we have. You got a choice right now, right? A lot of people are going to choose to be negative and talk about how bad we are. That's fine. We're 0-7. But we're going to keep our heads held high, and we're going to find the positives, and we're going to keep growing as a team and keep working to find our identity. And we're going to find the right leaders in this locker room because a lot of them have stood up recently. And so, we're going to make sure that everyone's pulling in the same direction. And because right now you got two choices. You can quit and start complaining and pointing fingers at everybody, or take ownership and try to build your unit up, your position up, yourself up, And those are the only two options we're presented with. It's easy. And so you have a choice. Do you ever stand up and do the right thing and keep fighting for all the work we've put in, players, coaches, everyone in this building, or do you start quitting, and start giving less effort, start pointing fingers, start complaining about everything that's going on? And those are the only two choices we got right now. So I know a lot of guys that I'm counting on that locker room. They're going to pick the right one, and we're building this thing and find our first one.
How limited are you in what you want to do offensively when you can't run the ball?
It's hard. I mean, it is hard, but again, it's on all of us. We got to figure it out because you don't want to drop back every snap, especially because that front. That's one of the that's a tough front. They've done a nice job up there, so that was frustrating.
Were they doing anything to take out Boyd in the first half?
No, they're just playing physical. Their guys play. It's a good unit. We knew that. We knew that it was going to be a field position turnover battle. It's one of the best fronts I've seen in a long time. And they can get after the passer. They can stop the run. And their guys outside, with or without the guy they just traded, is a good DB group. Those guys clamp you down and make you have to make some contested catches. There's not guys running wide open. And so, you want to point the finger at the quarterback. There's probably 6 or 7 drops, I felt like. And maybe they're not always perfect ball position, but we got to step up and make some plays too. This is one of those games where every play mattered, and everyone's got to step up and make some plays, and we just didn't do enough of that today. I've never been around a running back that wasn't frustrated, with the type of rushing performances we've had. And so again, he knows there's areas he can improve on. There's areas we can improve on up front. I've never been a back that wasn't frustrated with the way that our rushing attack's going when you have 30, 40 yards a game.
So for this team to keep playing going forward, you said you'll choose the right leaders in the locker rooms to help represent.
I won't choose anybody. I mean, they're going to step up. It's who the players turn to and gravitate to, and who are doing things the right way. And when you do things the right way, then your voice will be heard and be heard in the right way.
And it's going to come from either the players or you when it comes
Players.
to instilling the hope going forward.
Well, it's all of us in this together. It's this coaching staff who I believe in. We're leading the ship in the right direction, and but the players in the locker room, we got the right ones. I've seen the last 2 weeks some of the most encouraging things I've seen since I've been here from a leadership standpoint, from some veterans and some young guys who are stepping up and calling things like they see it and leading the way in practice. And unfortunately, it hasn't carried over yet to a win. That's what's frustrating, but that's where we're at.
When you start 0-7 and fans are booing and the stadium's half empty, does that take an emotional toll on you personally?
Well, we put in a lot of work, and so it's hard. It's hard when it doesn't show up in the win column. That part is frustrating. It's difficult, but that's on us. We've had opportunities. We haven't taken advantage of them. It shows in the stands. It shows in the streets. We got to do something to change it, and that's on us. That's on nobody else but the guys that come to work every single day and put in the effort that we put in.
How much of Erickson was a game plan going in and an opportunity that they gave you to use him as much as you did?
Alex really just took advantage of all of the opportunities. Andy did a good job finding them. Alex really made some key plays. They gave us an opportunity there, particularly at the end of the half, put us in position. He really showed up in a lot of different ways, but that's Alex. He's a guy that you can depend on. He always comes to work. He's the same guy every day, very consistent with his approach, and so that's not surprising.
With your background as a quarterback's coach, when a quarterback has a game like that, are you looking for something beyond just a short memory move? Is there a certain kind of response you want to see after a game like that from Andy?
Sure. I mean, it's the hardest job in all of sports. There's no doubt in my mind about it. To stand back there and have to weather that storm and make quick decisions and then not point fingers when things aren't going the way they should be, And so Andy's exhibited all that stuff. And today was a day that it was tough. It was tough on the whole unit. And so, of course, he's the one. The interceptions come up on him. They're going to come in his stat sheet. He's going to take the heat for it. But there's a lot of things that we could have done better on offense to take the pressure off of him.
How do you feel he's fared in the first 7 weeks of the season?
He's done a good job keeping us afloat. It has not been easy. We've rushed for what we've rushed for. And so you got a quarterback that's got to stand back there knowing he's going to face a fierce pass rush. He's got to stand back there and make some throws, and proud of him.
Has this job been any more difficult for you than you might have anticipated coming in?
No more difficult. I think I learned something every single day, and I would hope that we all do in whatever profession we're in. personally, just make sure you don't make the same mistakes twice. You learn every day. I know that I don't know everything now at 36 that I'm going to know at 66. And so just continue to try to learn and ask for advice and not have a big ego about it. Be honest with your communication. Be honest when you make a mistake. Those are the things that I think are important for myself and the whole staff.